Hey guys, Corey here. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the most dangerous attacks in Clash of Clans. We got on the screen right now a Queen Charge Lava Loon, and I'm going to tell you why it is so dangerous, so difficult to pull this off. Mainly because you have so many objectives you have to worry about in these bases. Massive objectives, alright? Number one, you got the enemy Queen, does almost double the damage of an air defense. Then we got the Royal Champion, not quite as much damage, but still more damage than the air defense, both of which will target your loons on the backside. Scatter shots will target massive groups of loons at the same time, doing devastating damage, and the Town Hall Blast will kill the loons every time unless they are inside that Grand Warden's ability. So those are the main objectives that you have to worry about, that you have to account for if you're gonna be successful with loons on the back end, whether you're using a Queen Charge or other forms of Lalo. So let's take a look at this one right here. First of all, use that Yeti Bomb not to take out any of those major loon objectives, but to take out that single in that compartment so that his Queen could charge in here and start getting some great value. She's going to be able to kill the enemy Queen, one of the enemy scatter shots, the enemy Eagle artillery, all very high value stuff right there. Aside from having access to kill that enemy CC, obviously the CC either has troops in it that will target the air troops like loons, or he does not know the CC, so he's Queen charging it just to be on the safe side. Queen steps in, sure enough, first things that comes out are archers and a witch, both of which will give a little bit of trouble to loons, not necessarily devastating to loons, but can definitely come out and target them. Now the Hound, of course, would not have even come out if only air troops were in range. So the Hound, not that big of a deal, but the whole CC is going to be down. Now look at this. He's sacrificing his Barbarian King to kill the enemy Royal Champion right there, taking out another one of those objectives with that Queen Charge. So let's take a look at what he's got left. Now he does still have a scatter shot. So right now it's being tanked by that Hound, but as soon as those loons get too close, they're going to start eating those scatter shots as well. He's got that scatter shot frozen. Good call, man. Keep those scatter shots frozen. Guys, why is a scatter shot more dangerous to loons than it is to hogs, you might wonder? Tell me, how many heals did you see in this composition? All right, no heals in this composition. At least when you're using hog riders or miners or something like that, you already have heals in place. You can start to regain some of that lost health. Usually not the case with Lava Loon at Town Hall 13, guys. Usually don't have any room for any heal spells. Even if you did, they're just not. They're not a full answer for the scatter shots. Look at this Grand Warden ability. It's a little bit too early. The Grand Warden ability wears off before the Town Hall Blast goes off, and as a result, most of the loons go down. A few of them have only a sliver of health. Anyways, none of those loons make it out of that area right here. Luckily, this Queen Charge is so OP that it's not going to matter. He's only got a few defenses left on the far side. Loons are going to be able to go over there, take those out with a little bit of help from that Queen tanking, and he's got so many minions down. Another thing that's dangerous about this attack, guys, even if you do everything right, you still have a very real danger of a time fail. The Queen Charge eats up a lot of time, so make sure you got a ton of minions. He's got 13 of them on this one, and make sure you're getting it down soon enough that you don't have a time fail. Next up, guys, we got another form of Lava Loon, and it's just as dangerous for pretty much all the reasons that we talked about before, but in case you haven't already figured it out, while we go through these dangerous attacks in this video, I'm going to be giving you tips, tricks, and pointers on how to actually pull them off, because, guys, the best clashers out there actually can and are very successful with these with, you know, Queen Charge Lava Loon, with Electron Lava Loon that we're going to be showing right here, but it's because they know all these objectives and they take care of them. They take them out. First objective we're coming into contact here is going to be the enemy Royal Champion. King's going to take her down, no problem. Now look, just notice where the rest of these high value targets are in this base. We got a scatter shot over here, scatter shot over here. We got the Town Hall over here. Now guys, let's talk about the CC. We talked about it a little bit on the first one. A lot of times CC is something that you have to get. With air attacks, not necessarily the case, but here's the catch. If you think he's got air targeting troops in there, like witches, dragons, things to those effect, then you're gonna want to take that CC out. If you suspect he's got it packed with ice golems or hounds, in that case, you don't want to draw it with any ground troops. That way your air troops can just ignore the CC. The CC will never come out. If that baby's full of ice golems and you put nothing over there that's on the ground, it's not even gonna bother to come out, so you can take major advantage of that being in the CC. Now look at the pathing that he's cut out. He's taken out some value, both heroes, but he's also got rid of all these these buildings out here. So if he puts an Electro Dragon right here, it can really only go this way or this way into the base. Both directions, those chains are going to be getting some pretty good value. Let's see how this Electron portion goes. There's the clone spell out off to the side. So those loons are tanking for the E-Dragon. We got those loons in there taking out Expos, tanking those scatter shots. Loons are down at this point. He's already got a hound in there. Look at that, man. He already had that hound in there. He had it timed so that E-Dragon doesn't start taking those scatter shot blasts. Beautifully done. Hound is taking that scatter shot until it's inside the range, and look at that. Boom! E-Dragon just gets down the second scatter shot. He gets that Eagle Artillery down nice and early. Now look at this, guys. We're going to look at the pathing into the Town Hall. Does he have good pathing for loons into the Town Hall? This group probably going to go outside, not to the Town Hall. Anything he can get into the air defense, though, is going to head straight into this Town Hall, and you got to get a big enough group of loons inside to that Town Hall. Otherwise, your Grand Warden ability is going to wear off. Your loons are going to be doomed. He gets an early freeze down on the Town Hall. Good call, because that Inferno on that Town Hall does massive damage. He got all his loons in there. He popped the Grand Ward ability at just the right time. They're still invincible, even right now as they're kind of frozen. There we go. Grand Warden ability wears off. We got a massive group of loons left. 2 freeze spells. Freezing this backside wizard tower and single target inferno combo. Gonna be more than enough loons to get this base taken out, man. So many objectives that you have to get, but hey, if you're capable of getting all those and some good pathing to the Town Hall, can be a very effective attack strategy. He completely ignored whatever was in the CC on this one. Beautifully done by Clint Beastwood, my buddy King. Another part of what makes this attack so dangerous is the fact that your loons will go straight by this Town Hall if it has not been activated yet. Now, the only way to activate that is to either get some sort of damage on it, which remember, loons won't do if they're just skirting around it to the defenses, and also the other way is to get over 50% of the base down. So if you're going to have to deal with the Town Hall, make sure your Queen Charge has already got a ton of value. Make sure you're not starting your loons on it unless you plan on activating it with an Earthquake. That way, you've already got more than 50% of the base down by the time you get to the Town Hall. But guys, there's going to be another sweet trick inside this attack showing you how to deal with that Town Hall on the backside so that hopefully your loons don't have to. This is a good trick if you maybe don't have direct pathing to the Town Hall, or honestly, it really can be handy anytime you're dealing with that Town Hall later on in the base and you still have a siege machine to use. So if you don't have to use a Yeti Bomb in the beginning, I would definitely consider using this trick to take out the Town Hall. Look at this over here, you guys. Oh man, he has already taken out one of the scatter shots. He's already taken down a single target inferno, and watch what he's gonna do on this side, man, to get a ton of value. He's already dealt with the CC, although in this case it was 3 ice golems, so loons could have ignored that, but you could not have ignored the double scatter shots over here, man. No way, especially paired up with 2 multi-target infernos. All right, a lot of meta bases nowadays, Infernos are going to be set to single, and that doesn't pose as big of a threat to your loons at all. But if they're set to multi-man, this multis at Town Hall 13 do a ton of damage to loons. Now, while we're talking about that, he actually suied his king over here and got both the enemy royal champion and the enemy queen. 2 of those objectives that we were talking about earlier if you want to be successful with using loons on the backside. So, boom. Oh my god. GG has taken up so much value on this, and with this latest wall break, he's going to be able to get this last scatter shot as well. We got both scatter shots down. We got both of the air threatening heroes down, then the queen and the royal champion. Now look at this. He's coming into the town hall on the backside of the base. The pathing to it is not too shabby, man. There's actually not any defenses out here. So the widest these loons can go is right here, at which point from this expo, they will definitely duck back into the town hall. From the Tesla, they'll go straight to the town hall. Now look at this. He's got the blimp, and he's got an early Grand Warden ability. If the loons had to deal with this town hall on their own, that Grand Warden ability would wear off too soon. But watch what he's got inside this blimp. You're not even going to be able to see the smaller troops. He's got 5 super goblins and a hound. Look at that. The 5 super goblins, especially under that rage, but a rage isn't needed, took that town hall down super fast. Luckily, his loons were around to the edges of the town hall, so they didn't even eat the town hall blast. And now he's got this hound coming out of there as well. Full health, helping to tank for those loons on the backside. Brilliant trick for taking down a town hall on an air attack. This works really well with dragon attacks too, where you still have the benefit of that hound. to tank for those any remaining dragons on the backside of the base, or maybe you had a few loons in your pocket to use while that hound was tanking on the backside. My god, beautiful trick. And look at this, look at this. Notice he has not even dropped his royal champion. Are you freaking kidding me? GG completely swagging the royal champion on this attack. Looks like he was saving it for any straggler defenses. We're gonna see it come in parading over here from the left any minute now, because he realizes, hey, I never even had to use my royal champion. Swagging a Valkyrie of all things. I imagine that was going to be used for cleanup. Look at that ability. Getting out down that last building from all the way from across the base. Absolutely brilliant attack by GG. Once again, GG really showing us how to get it done brilliantly with Lava Loon attacks, even though they're the most dangerous attacks in the game at Town Hall 13. Like I said, if you know what you're doing, it's a very high risk, high reward attack strategy. Now check this out. King, first of all, getting some funneling established, but also, importantly, taking out that enemy royal champion. He's also going to be cutting in the funnel for the queen to make sure that the queen doesn't walk this direction. Look, all those buildings are gone. What would she possibly go for to the left? She's going to be walking around to her right, and that's going to become more important here in just a moment. All right, check this out. Now he's got his royal champion Suian in there, grabbing a few of those defenses, staying away from scatter shots, staying away from single target infernos to make sure that royal champion can get the most possible value. Now he's sending in some loons. Their job is to tank for this blimp and also to take out this single target inferno. He doesn't want to pop his electron right here on the single, because what the heck are they going to get from there? He wants to pop his electron right on top of this eagle artillery. Boom! Look at that. He's targeting both those scatter shots in there. We got another good example of ignoring the enemy CC. If you suspect it's hounds or ice golems, go for this style of attack strategy. So CC not even coming out. All his ground troops stayed well away. Not going to have to worry about getting that out. And look at this Electro Dragon in here. Raged up, getting ready to get some shots off on that enemy queen. Gets a freeze down on her just to make sure his E-Dragon gets enough value in there. E-Dragon does go down, but with both the scatter shots, the queen taken out, he got plenty of value on this one. Look at this, man. Eagle artillery is down. Both scatter shots are down. CC is down, so even if he drops some ground troops like goblins towards the backside, he doesn't have to risk pulling out a hound or ice golem, because the entire building is down and the CC died with it. Now, look at this, guys. We're going to look. What has he got left? The town hall is dangerous, so he gets an early freeze down on. Also, you want to make sure that you have a good enough pathing into the town hall. Since he's got so many loons on this backside narrowing, this backside path over here, he's going to have a straight shot for the main group of loons, go straight into that town hall. Look at this. Oh, that main group gets caught in the tornado traps. Luckily, he's got another group down here, but this group is smaller. If you have a smaller group, you have to be more patient with that Grand Warden ability. Gets that Grand Warden ability popped, because it's going to take them 2 drops to get the town hall down. Since it was a smaller group of loons instead of 1, you have to be a little more patient with that Grand Warden ability so that you can make sure they're still invincible when that town hall blast goes off. Once again, man, he's got a freeze spell left. He uses it on that wizard tower, trying to get that last wizard tower taken out before the big group of loons gets over there to it. Once again, got lots of minions for cleanup. Even has a super goblin for cleanup, although I'm not even sure GG's gonna have to use it on this one. This base got annihilated. Friends, in your screen, in the middle right now, there is a button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, click that button and subscribe right now. Guys, on the other side over there, there's going to be 1 or 2 of my videos. Make sure and click on one of those, and we'll keep hanging out.